Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am Death from Above. Today, let's be honest about money. So, I'm doing YouTube. I monetize my videos. Most everybody does. If they don't, that's fine. But I think pretty much everybody that gets on YouTube expects commercials on them, because YouTube runs the commercials sometimes, even if you don't monetize your videos. So, anyway, I wanted to have an honest discussion about money and supporting YouTubers and anything that is kind of a off the top of my head type thing. I wrote down some ideas and some notes that I wanted to ask you guys about and get some feedback about, because kind of aside from YouTube, I was running some numbers on just my own family's personal finances and money, because we're struggling with babysitters and keeping everything organized and month to month just staying on budget and things like that. So I ran down some different numbers of, well, if we did this, how much would we need for this, and what we would do for that, and kind of just what the numbers would be. And then I took it a step further and I said, well, how much would it be? What would the difference I would need to make up if I pursued something else full time? And so I got some numbers out of that, but I wanted to ask you guys some questions before we get into that and just get your opinions. So I see a lot of people doing Patreon funding campaigns, and YouTube does have a system for you to give tips. I have gotten a YouTube tip, just one, but it was very special, and I really appreciate it. If you're watching this video, you know who you are, and I really appreciate it. But it was totally unexpected, and every tip I've received has been completely unexpected, and I'm eternally grateful and thankful for it. But just how do you guys feel about that? I know with Twitch, tips are very normal, very run of the mill. Everybody gets tips. But on YouTube, you don't see it very much. People may tip people on YouTube, and there's a little thing on the bottom or at the right side of my YouTube channel that says support. That's the little tip button. If you go there, it'll give you the option to tip. And I'm not asking for tips. I'm just saying, has anybody ever used that? What do you think about it? Because I know on Twitch, it's a little bit more open and honest and kind of out front. You know it's there. Everybody does it. It's just part of Twitch. Whereas on YouTube, most people just get their revenue off of ad revenue, but people do tip. So what's your experience with that? How do you feel about it? What do you feel about the YouTube tipping? What do you feel about Twitch tipping? And what do you feel about Patreons? Because that's completely separate from all of them. It's just a way for the person to, I guess, be funded monthly. I'm not sure. I haven't dug into Patreon. Every time I hear about it, I'm like, that sounds like a cool idea. So maybe I need to get into that. What do you guys think about it? If I did a Patreon, would you like it? Would you want to join? I think that's the thing where you can like pledge to give, not pledge, but you can say, yeah, I'll subscribe for $1 or $5. It's kind of like subscribing, but through a third-party system, I guess. So that's my question to you. What do you guys think about those systems? I'm in place with all of them except Patreon, but I don't ever expect it, and it's always appreciated. So I'm not sitting here asking for money. I'm just trying to get your thoughts on it and start a conversation. I think it's interesting. I like all of these systems in that people who may not normally be able to support themselves on just say YouTube or Twitch ad revenue can actually support themselves just based on the community's support. They can make a living, pay for their life with the support and the generosity of others, and I love it. I love that there are people that say, yeah, I think you're doing a good job. I want you to be able to do what you're doing. Here's $5. And I feel that way about a lot of streamers and a lot of YouTubers. It's like, yeah, I'll watch your video. Yeah, I'll click on that commercial. Yeah, I will subscribe to your channel because I like what you're doing. You're entertaining. I enjoy your content, and I want you to keep doing it. So that's my reasoning behind it. And for me, when I subscribe to a Twitch channel or something like a Patreon, I consider that a solid commitment. If I do that, that means I'm going to do it forever. So as long as you have that button and you can accept that subscription, I will be there. So I don't take them lightly. I think of them as a big commitment, even though it's a small amount of money. But that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? I think it's cool how this ecosystem is evolving. It's so new. It's such a new thing. Like, it's only been around for less than 10 years, and in business, that is nothing. That's almost nothing. So the streamers and the YouTubers that have been around the longest, they've only been doing it for like 8 or 10 years. That's crazy. I've been out of college not longer than that, but I've been working almost longer than that. If I had started in college doing YouTube, I'd be one of those OG dudes. So, but I didn't, so we won't talk about that. Anyway, me personally, I was doing the calculations, and literally, if I wanted to quit my job and do something I could pursue passionately, I would need $1,200 to $1,500 a month income. That's it. Now, that seems like a lot to some people and not a lot to other people's, and it's all a matter of perspective. But think about it this way: I have 2 children, I have a house, I have a wife, I have payments, I have bills, I have utilities, I have car payments, so that in the grand scheme of things is a small amount of money for the necessity of support. Because if I pursued something personally that I wanted to do, that was my own thing, I could eliminate a lot of things that are attached to working a 9-to-5 job. A lot of expenses, a lot of I wouldn't have to pay for childcare anymore. I could watch my kids during the day and work at night. Car, I don't need a car if I'm working from home. Stuff like that. So I ran the numbers, and those are the numbers I needed to hit. Just that's for your information. If you ever wanted to know, I wanted to have an honest discussion of money. Now, honestly, on YouTube at my current level, you can look me up on Social Blade, and it's pretty accurate what the YouTubers and streamers make with Social Blade. But it says I make between $25 and $75 a month, which is dead on accurate. So I barely make enough with YouTube to buy dinner. But I usually just turn it around and put it right back into YouTube, put it right back in the stream for equipment or paying something. So that's where I'm at, and that's just thoughts, an honest discussion about money. People think of money as very taboo to talk about, and it really depends on the person. If the person doesn't want to talk about it, they won't talk about it. But there's my thoughts on it. That's what I've been looking at today. It was just right off the top of my head. Wanted to share it with you guys, see what you think, and just let you know I like the ecosystem that Twitch and YouTube have evolved into, and streaming and content creation in general. So I don't know, guys. I was just thinking about that. So what are your thoughts? Let me know. I asked you the questions at the beginning. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to some discussion on this one. So I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a great day. I will see you later. See you. Bye.